back in the 1970s, we had a pretty substantial expansion of professional management in local government, not only here in Wisconsin and Illinois, but all over the country. And so within the next 4 to 5 years, you're going to be seeing pretty substantial retirement. And all those people are going to need to be replaced. So there's a tremendous opportunity here, and the jobs are going to be available.
I looked at some other programs in the Chicagoland area, and the Northern's program was probably one of the most affordable. The locations were convenient, but on top of it, I'd met a lot of graduates from the program or known a lot of interns during their program, and the reputation and the quality that came out of the NIU program specifically was very attractive.
The MPA program, though, just broadened my perspective of what a chief fire officer would be responsible for. It opened up my eyes to the scale of organizations, to the dynamics of organizations. I was given the opportunity as an Elgin to work on some pretty significant municipal projects outside the fire department. And I think that, along with the MPA program, really started to help me focus not only on the fire department, but on municipal government as well.
One of the things I've found very valuable about the NIU program is that it really hit on all the core management areas: human resources, information technology, finances, communication. So all those different areas, you kind of got to see how the different pieces fit together.
Most of my classes were about half and half, with new students that were fresh from their undergrad and students that were mid-career like myself. So you had this interesting interaction of kids who had just come out and they had the fresh knowledge from college, and then you had the mid-career students who had the fresh knowledge from actually doing the job, and then combine that with the internship knowledge that the newer students have, and then of course the professor's knowledge is amazing. I had no idea the mass amounts of knowledge I was going to gain about how local governments work until I came through the program. My critical thinking skyrocketed tenfold. I made so many different contacts through our professors, through different students, through other professionals, mid-career students. It impacted how I look at everything. I mean everything, programs, anything that happens in government.
I have a degree in civil engineering, and I started off doing a lot of small municipal projects and was really intrigued by the whole idea of city government and what engineers can do in city government. One of my fellow workers was just finishing her degree at NIU, and she asked me to come with her to her land planning class. And I just really liked the program, and from there I progressed to be a village engineer, to be an assistant public works director, and to be a public works director. I don't think I would have gotten the last two of my jobs without my MPA degree. I think that once you get to a certain level in management, it's a huge asset as a technical person to be able to demonstrate the ability to manage people, to evaluate programs, and to really pull it all together.
When I first started the NIU MPA program, I was employed by the City of DeKalb Police Department. At that time, I was the sergeant in patrol operations. Midway through the MPA program, I was promoted to lieutenant and took over the detective division. And just a couple of months before graduating from the program, I was promoted to the support commander of the DeKalb Police Department.
I currently work for a smaller community and would love to eventually work into a larger community. So both having the title on my resume as well as the experience and education that goes with it will definitely put me a step ahead for getting my foot in the door to get that interview, and then using the skills I've learned to achieve and go further.
When I started the Northern Illinois MPA program, I was a sergeant with the Naperville Police Department assigned to the Investigations Division, and knew that in order to be upwardly mobile in the organization, I needed to further educate myself. I wanted to kind of expand my horizons a little bit and look more into the government, public administrative side of things, and Northern Illinois rose to the top immediately after I was doing some research on different programs in the area. I never really had an aspiration to be the chief of police. That aspiration became apparent to me once I was out of the MPA program, and I felt now that I was better prepared to take on a leadership role.
Having the background of almost 10 years of work experience, I felt was very valuable. So, my recommendation for an individual that has been working for a while and maybe hit that ceiling, I would definitely recommend it because it's going to open your horizons to opportunities that would otherwise not have been there. So for me, the position that I was just promoted into, I don't believe would have been there without the MPA degree.
I wanted to broaden my horizons and have the opportunity to do other things, such as work on economic development or human resource issues, employee issues, union negotiations, and things that I wouldn't have been able to do as the finance director. After I got my degree, I had a supportive boss who wanted me to be included in those things. And so it really helped me go from being a finance director to the city management world.
The MPA program helped me achieve my goals by making me a more critical thinker, but certainly I could not have done the things that I've currently been able to accomplish without the MPA program, and the credibility that program brings instantly opened doors for me that I don't think those doors would have been opened just with my career experience.
I think some people, it's a stumbling block to think about the whole program at one time. As a mid-career student, when you're working full-time, maybe you have a family, it seems a little overwhelming, but my advice is just to get started and do what you can, and most of us find ourselves finishing.
Many people can tout their programs, and when you dig, it's like peeling the onion back. When you look, you don't see the results. Anybody that's watching this can go out and look at the graduates from the MPA program and look at the positions they're currently in. That's not a fluke. That just doesn't happen. It's because of the program and the structure and the instructors all that came together that turns out a phenomenal product. And I'm proud to be a graduate of the MPA program at NIU.